Central African Republic has announced its first confirmed case of the COVID-19, bringing the tally of African countries affected by the virus to 26. Back here at home, the Chief Justice, David Maraga, has been in meetings with senior officials from the Ministry of Interior and the Prisons Department for the better part of the morning as the judiciary seeks to deliberate on measures to take in the face of the coronavirus pandemic that has now hit the country. Now, Olive Barrows is standing by and has been following up on that meeting. The meeting has been ongoing for a while now, Olive. Any updates on the deliberations?
We haven't had anything yet, Dennis. We know that they're in the Supreme Court itself holding that meeting, and there are three parties involved in that particular meeting. That is representatives of the Ministry of Interior, the Prisons Service, as well as the judiciary. We are waiting to get guidance on how they will manage the COVID-19 situation now that we have a confirmed case in Kenya. What we want to hear is perhaps how they'll be handling the minor offences, for instance, for which people can simply be fined should they plead guilty. And then, of course, there's the issue of how they'll manage the crowds within the courts. Now, you already know that for the next, or rather since Friday, for 30 days, visits to prisons have been suspended, as are all public gatherings in the country. So we are waiting to hear from the judiciary on what that particular situation will be. Now, just bear with me a moment, but so far what they've done is they've provided hand sanitizers, as you've seen in many public institutions at all entry points. The objective is so that people can sanitize their hands and therefore not spread the virus. We've also seen, if just bear with me for a moment, some journalists wearing masks such as these to prevent transmission of the virus. So already there are measures that have been put in place. There are posters up on the wall informing people to wash their hands, to sanitize, to avoid touching their faces. And should they want to touch their face, they would be required to wash their hands first. So there is some guidance that has been provided by the judiciary so far. But this is the guidance that covers all institutions across the country. What we're waiting to hear is how they'll manage crowds within the court system, what will happen with minor offences as the rest of the country mobilizes on how best to deal with COVID-19.